This is the Nvidia 1 month overview reading for the month of March 2025. It's currently February 20th, 2025, 6:55 p.m. Eastern Time. Nvidia at the time of this reading, $140.11 USD. The shuffle video for the Nvidia 1 month reading for March was created on January 23rd, 2025 at 7:33 p.m. Eastern Time. So what we're going to go over in this video will give you the overall trend direction and chart behavior for the month of March. We're going to give you chart behavior involved in the month's highest high and chart behavior that you can look for that's involved in the month's lowest low. We're then going to go and review January and February's predictions and give you an idea of what our accuracy is like and how to utilize these predictions to benefit and make money. We'll come back after that, give you the day-by-day sequence of chart events as outlined by the prediction. It's important to understand that the timing is usually on point to the day, but there will be cases where it's plus or minus a day, one or two of wiggle room. The reason being is that not each card's energy going left to right across the screen is going to represent. They each represent 24 hours of time, but not each card's energy will necessarily line up perfectly with 24 hours of time. So it's a sequence of chart events, most important. Timing is secondary to that. But really, you shouldn't be trying to trade this information. It's for entertainment purposes. If you're trading, you need to get the Discord channel for this, because otherwise you're going to be out of the loop in real time. These are expectations, right? Things sometimes change, and the Discord is where it's at. I'll show you guys all that stuff at the end of the video. And then we'll also give you one of the best trades that we see for the month of March, followed by we'll show you how to get the Discord trade alerts and live trading view chart links with the chart drawings. Now, before we get into it, I just want to make sure you're aware the whole purpose of the channel is to transmute the competitive energy of the stock market into goodwill. We do that by following through on the rule of karma. It's the rule of karma for the channel. 5% of all profits made from this information should be donated forward to a charity. We're giving a lot of stuff away for free, and the stuff that people pay for is severely underpriced, my friends. You know, it's with the expectation that you're following through on 5% going forward and 5% going back to the channel through one of the links here. It leaves you at 90%. Make sure to spend that 90% out of love. As long as you follow those rules, it makes you an angel investor of the channel. You're effectively fulfilling the whole purpose of why I work night and day on this stuff. Right? So you're helping me, which makes it easier for me to help you. And it's like kind of like a thing that goes both ways and gets better and better. The people that are angel investors know that. I consider them like my friends and family at this point. There's even one guy that there's a lot of great guys on there. And so you also get the Discord trade alert channel specifically for angel investors, where we have a live voice chat. But before we do that, let's take a look at January to see how we did. So we had a high here on the 2nd, 3rd. Looks like we were, well, depending on how you look at it, yeah, we were off by a day there. Wait. Yeah, we were off by 1 day there, really. And then we had a lowest low thus far here on the 13th. Followed by, we saw lowest low on the 23rd, and looking at it now, I probably should have thought of it as the 24th or the 27th based on what's actually going on here as a fault on my part. But it does look like here the reading ended up being 100% accurate with the 27th ending up being the low. I was off a couple of days, but again, it's a sequence of chart events as outlined by the prediction, and you can see how this went pretty much according to plan there. We were advised not to chase a rally into a peak on the 21st, 22nd, right? We don't want to chase that rally because we were turning around. This was pretty solid, not my best. And then it looks like this one is really coming to fruition as planned. The February reading, we have a lowest low thus far right here at the beginning of the month. And then we went into highest high on the 19th. We have it for the 18th, so we were off by a day there, but grand scheme of things, really solid. And so people are at this point, people on the Discord know what we're doing from this point, and we're looking to cash out unless they're looking for a longer-term buy opportunity. Give you an idea of what you get with the subscription. So here's our Nvidia channel. The last trade that we posted here, on February 2nd, open a long position around the current levels. Expect to close the long position after we fill the gap up to 142-ish by early March, but probably before the end of February. Also a good exit for previous long position since we missed the exit on that one. And this will take you to the Discord. There's a link in that channel that takes you to the live trading view chart. And you can see how we had this right here at the beginning of February, right, was enter along. And we filled the gap up to roughly 142-ish, right? We went all the way to 143.50. So that trade came to fruition as planned. We posted that on the 2nd of February, my friends. Just one example of what you get with the monthly access subscription. And we'll show you how to get that at the end of the video, so stay tuned for that. All right, guys, let's get into the sequence of chart events. All right, let's get into it. So sequence of chart events. The day before, the last day of February, I should say, we have a prominent trough on a multi-day scale and a big move to the upside out of it. It's important to understand, guys, everything I talk about, troughs, big moves, it's all going to be on the scale of a multi-day chart with one-day candlesticks, unless I specify otherwise. On the 3rd, we have an intentional fake out, some sort of tricky chart behavior intended to make us do the wrong thing. So be very, very careful there. There's probably 2 local highs as well on a one-day chart for the 3rd, meaning that like looking at this chart, this would be a highest high, but this is a local high. 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 All right. So hopefully that makes sense to people. So on a one-day chart there on the 3rd, we most likely see 2 local highs. And then on the 4th, we have a decline to and through support to meet another support. We rotate sideways for a bit, and then we break down through more support levels. On the 5th, an important resistance level is highlighted that we failed to break through many times before and or will fail to break through many times in the future. It's usually paired with a notable move to the downside, and I think in this case that is what happens. There's a prominent peak on the 5th at that key resistance, and then a decline into the 6th, where we have a big move to the upside on the 6th, followed by another notable decline back down. It probably starts on the 6th and continues into the 7th. Sharp drop in the morning on the 7th, and then probably a bit of a retracement towards the end of the day there on the 7th, with another move to the downside maybe over the weekend. On the 10th, we have a move higher through key resistance, creating a peak. It's followed by a decline back down through that same price level. That's what creates the peak there. And there's a prominent trough at the end of the day on the 10th. On the 11th, we have a period of volatility and a sharp drop that stands out in that period of volatility, most likely revisiting an important price level that we saw in the not too distant past. There's also a prominent peak there on the 11th. On the 14th, still got my back brace on, guys, so if I look funny walking around, it's because there's a big ass brace. All right, so on the 12th, a crest that we sell off from down to and through support. Excuse me. And we do a U-shaped reversal below that support level or that price level, come back breaking through it to the upside and then reuse it as support. On the 13th, a fast sudden move higher. On the 14th, another period of volatility and a prominent peak there on a 1 month scale. Period of volatility with a ending with a fast sudden move higher. I left out as well on the 5th, there's probably a lot of price change into that resistance and out of that resistance into a support level. I see a lot of price change on the 14th too. It's probably involved in that fast sudden move higher into a prominent peak. On the 17th, a trough at the beginning of the day with an unexpected move to the upside. 1 local low and 2 local highs there. Sideways rotation on the 18th, where we probably rise a little bit and then return back to the support level that we're rotating along. So, on the 19th, rally along a diagonal trend line ends with a fast sudden move higher and then a breakdown through that diagonal trend line with increasing volatility on the way down, taking us into a prominent trough around the cusp of the 19th, 20th. So there's a prominent peak and a prominent trough there around the 19th, 20th. And then we have this move out of the trough early in the day on the 20th, breakout to the upside. Taking us back to a peak, probably at the beginning of the day on the 20th, where we successfully find support. It actually looks like, so we go to that peak, and then we likely decline on the 20th and then find support to the downside. Let me double check on that. yeah, pretty notable decline starting at the beginning of the day at a prominent peak, taking us to downward to an important support level on multi-day scale. A lot of price change covered there on the 21st. And we established support there successfully. We likely open higher on 24th, where we have a rally, and there's a prominent trough there on the 24th as well. It actually looks like we probably in the pre-market on the 24th or higher. We might decline into a prominent trough early in the day on the 24th, and then that's followed by a rally along a diagonal trend line, breaking through horizontal resistance, another resistance, then pulling back to somewhere between those two price levels with a big move to the upside at the end of the day. A mixed sideways S formation within a channel on the 25th. That means a decline from resistance to support, reversal and a retracement all the way back to original resistance, and then a reversal and a retracement all the way back to the aforementioned support, creating a sideways S formation within a channel. We have a prominent peak or prominent trough early in the day on the 25th. That probably means we have more than one, and looks like there's a lot of price change in both the 24th and 25th. We attempt to establish support on the 25th, a prominent trough early in the day on the 27th, so we probably decline from a prominent peak on the 27th. Hard to say, but we have a decline to meet a support level that we recently met before as a past opportunity there, taking place on the 27th into a trough, and then out of that trough, a big move to the upside, a breakout to the upside, taking us back to a prominent peak there. And then another prominent peak on the 28th with a sharp decline through multiple support levels. And then very likely like a retracement of that move at the end of the day. It's a possibility. And then on the 31st, we have a rally that turns over, forming a crest with a sharp drop to the downside before midday. A lot of price change covered there as well. And then the sneak preview for April is a prominent move higher on a multi-day scale, followed by a full retracement that move back down. All right, so one of the best trades that I see, my friends, let's see. Yeah, I think one of the best trades, it's a quick trade here. What I would want to do is I would want to go from this, look for this move to the upside on the 6th to turn in a notable decline with a sharp drop early in the day on the 7th. Probably by the end of the day, we're close to midday, somewhere we're going to be at a lowest low thus far. That's where you could open up a long position, and you would close that long position possibly on the 10th, if not, but more likely to be on the 11th. And what I like about it is that there's another backup on the 12th. So the longer you hold it, the less likely you are to make money. The longer money's in the market, more likely you are to lose it. So I like to do quick trades, but I also like to have backups. The rule of thumb with SO trading is to never wait for a backup trade exit point. Never wait for it. Only use them when necessary. It's much more successful strategy to take the quick profit and then reposition yourself for another pretty solid trade. All right, so I get into the timing of the highest high and lowest low for the month, as well as all the trades, the remaining trades that I see in the monthly access subscription version of this video. I'm going to show you guys how to get that right now. And let me give you an example of our Discord for this. So on February 2nd, we had a new trade alert posted on the Discord for Nvidia, which is part of monthly access subscription. Open a long position around current levels. Expect to close the long position after we fill the gap up to the 142-ish by early March, but probably before the end of February. Also a good exit for the previous long position since we missed the exit on that one. And if you go and you look, this is where you get the link to the live trading view chart where we actually drew this stuff, right? We have this entry point here on the 2nd. Or it was actually the day before the first trading day of the month, so we would have got in at the low, and I drew the exit here, right? So hopefully people followed along with the alerts and they exited for a really, really solid trade. That took us right up to 143.25. My friends, that was posted on the 2nd of February. That's one example of what you're getting with the monthly access subscription. So the way that you get that subscription, my friends, you go to our website, Tarot for Traders, hover over Order Now, click on Subscriptions. It's the monthly access subscription. It contains everything that the early access subscription covers, but it also covers on a daily basis, on a monthly basis by the day. So chart behavior by the day every month for the following tickers and crypto symbols here. They also get you. That's where you get the Discord trade alerts, live trading view chart links, which change regularly. And that's $300 a month, my friends. It's the most popular subscription on the channel. The total access is more for longer term trades and a lot more tickers. But thank you to everybody that goes ahead and does that. Really, really helps to support the channel and allows us to put out this content. It's a full-time job, guys. I eat, breathe, and sleep this stuff. So much love and appreciation. And I'll see you guys on the monthly access version where we get into the highest highs and lowest lows and the other best trades that we see. Later.